the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now
Alright guys, welcome back. We are getting ready to get back on the road, but we need to change the diesel or the fuel filter. So got the latex gloves, got a nice towel. Now keep all this stuff in the door, gloves, duct tape, gotta have the fuel treatment, some of the rags. But you save a lot of money. Well, at least a minimum $100 every time you do your own filter. So spend $100, buy all the tools, buy everything you need, buy your filters, and you'll save a bunch of money. This filter is for the fuel pump here, the auxiliary fuel pump, and this is a GMC part. It's $45 normally, unless you're in the middle of nowhere and they'll charge you $100 for it. But gotta say, the most expensive part is right here. This alone was like $80. So you only have to buy the stuff once, and then we got the catch can for all the fuel. So I'm gonna get this drain set up, and also we're going to be checking for, what is it, metal flakes, because we had, last time we did it, we found metal flakes. We went to the dealership, and the dealership said it is normal wear and tear and nothing to worry about. But since then I've been running that fuel additive, the HotShot Secret, and we're gonna see if that has helped with the metal wearing from the fuel pump that is inside the fuel tank. The dealership says that's what's causing the metal flakes. Almost forgot, you also need one of these like dentist picks, essentially. Doesn't matter what the shape is really, you just need something to be able to kind of get those rings off, to replace the gasket rings on the canister for the fuel filter. Alright, so I gotta say, my first impressions are pretty good. I do see some metal flakes, but nowhere near the same amount the first time. Let's see if I can get rid of this fluid. I don't know if you can see it. There are some metal flakes right there, but there's almost nothing in comparison to last time. So I do gotta say that HotShot Secret is working, because just based on the amount of metal flakes is what considerably less than what there was last time. Alright, it's Monday, we're back at it, starting out getting a storage container and going back to Boise, Idaho. And unfortunately, the market rate for the trend of the last 4 weeks is only $1,100, which is $100 more than what I got from my last Boise run, but it was shorter miles. The only downside is I did have to deadhead like 3 hours to Washougal to get that load to go to Boise. This one I'm not really deadheading. It was a 15-minute drive from where I park, and getting paid $100 more than I did last time, but I am going more miles, so the rate per mile isn't as good, but there's not much I can do, and the broker and me, that we can both see the rate trends, and we know that, you know, $1,300 isn't an acceptable rate for this route, which that's what it should be. So we're gonna be happy. We're getting going, we're moving, staying busy, And staying busy is one of the biggest keys to being successful in HotShot, is just staying moving. All right, we're all strapped up, ready to go. Got the edge protectors on, made sure everything was tight, and we're going to hit the road. Nice easy run, easy location for the drop off, so should be a good day. Let's get to it. All right guys, we made it. Dropped off the container. Did find out that this place is a contractor for United Rentals, and they actually modify these containers for specific job sites and job site needs. So pretty interesting out here in Boise. The nice thing is just 5 minutes down the road is a Flying J. We'll park up there and see what's going on, what we can get for tomorrow or the next day. No, it really depends on what's going on. I will see you. Hit some traffic heading to Nevada. There were a lot of loads coming out of Boise this week, and 3 of them were good opportunities. Some of them took a little long to reply, so I booked a load, doing some deadhead, but it's actually taking me back to Portland, which is close to home, which could be a good thing. So yeah, it's a good load, good paying load, easy. So I'll let you know when we get there, but just wanted to give you a little update while we're stopped here in Idaho on 95 heading south to Nevada. Never been down this route. Been on 95 north, but not south. All right guys, we are on our final stretch. We have 8 miles up into the mountain to get to this mine where we are picking up some pieces for a crane, and yeah, should be pretty simple. On Google Maps it looked like it was a gravel road. Wasn't giving me a clear picture, but so far it's asphalt, so we're off to a good start, and it's 2 lanes. All right guys, had to wait a little bit. Got our escort taking us up to the job site, and it's quite an operation. Still haven't quite figured out what they're doing, but unfortunately they had to turn around one of the trucks. There's 3 of us waiting to get loaded, including me, and they said they had to turn someone around because they didn't have any more stuff. And I told him, I said, hey, my BOL says I'm here to pick up a boom butt. And he said, yep, I have that. I said, perfect. And then the other 2 guys just kind of negotiated with each other, and one guy was happy to get paid for a truck not being used or something like that. But I drove a long way to get here, so I'm not trying to lose this job. So we're gonna pull down here and get loaded, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, we pulled up to the weigh station because this load feels heavy. And I measured the squat and I thought we were about maxed out, and we are. We're 98, we could do 10,000, so very close. But trailer weight's good. It's just this piece of equipment, seems like all the weight is in the front of the equipment. It's not really distributed very well. I'll pull over here in a second and show you the load, everything secured. Didn't really get a chance to do it on the job site because it was very busy, very active, and there was a big crane trying to load me, and I had to get strapped up and moved so the next guy could get loaded at the same spot where I was with the crane. So didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted to film stuff and everything. But also, man, there was no internet service up there, so now we gotta pull over here at this TA which is about 30 miles down the road from where we were, and plug in our delivery location into the truck navigation, because for some reason my truck says it's got Wi-Fi, but it wasn't giving me internet, so I need to pull over and check that out. The Waze on my phone did work, and it was telling me where to go and all that jazz, no problem. So I'm gonna take a look at that, and I'll park up and show you the load. Alright, so this is the part of the crane that we're taking, along with this little box of like some filters, I guess. But yeah, they said I couldn't use chains, so straps only. Tried to put this strap here so it's not on the cylinder, don't want to damage that at all. And then got some straps here on the bottom to keep that locked down, and then I do have a strap over here in the middle holding that piece, and then I got a strap over at the top. Now unfortunately I do need to tighten this one up. It looks like it was flapping a little bit. The guy was kind of freaking out. He told me to put this here over the top, but then he started telling me not to put it tight because that gray piece, I guess it's kind of a sensitive piece and could bend easily. But I think I can get one more strap because that's just a little too loose for my liking. And just looked up on the navigation. It's a 10-hour and 15-minute drive to our drop-off location, and that's a full day. You only have 11 hours of drive time. So I just called the customer to see if I can get a pickup Friday morning, which this is him. Hello. All right, so that was the customer that was calling me. Luckily, there was 3 other HotShots when I was there, and I saw 2 of them leave, and apparently there's been HotShots running into that place getting pieces of this crane all day. So I'm not the only one with this kind of weird time schedule and not being able to make it there tomorrow safely. I don't know, I probably can make it, but so because of all that, they are going to be open Friday, which is Labor Day, which is nice, and I don't have to stress. There's actually a nice TA here. It is 4 o'clock, so it's a little early, but my only other option is to drive another 20 minutes down the road and park up, and then after that it is literally desert for hours. And so I don't really want to do that. I only have 4 hours of drive time left on my clock for today, so I'm just gonna call it quits, tighten up that strap. I did do a walk around. There was a bunch of dirt right here, knocked that off, just fell off. You can see where it was. So just making sure that there's nothing on the trailer that it's gonna fly off and hit a car and, you know, be an issue. But major burden relief, and so we'll get this probably dropped off. I'm probably just gonna plan to drop it off Friday morning, and because that is Labor Day and I'm only 3 hours away from home out of Portland, I'm just gonna go home and yeah, enjoy the holiday. I hope you guys enjoy it too. All right guys, I just stopped at this abandoned way station, or closed way station, to top off the fuel before we make our next trek that way into the Oasis. No truck stops, no nothing, so I don't even know if there's rest areas. So I wanted to fill up, but while I was filling up, I looked back, and this metal rod right here has vibrated loose. And on this side, there's some cotter pins to hold it from going too far, but it looks like on the other side, I can't really see it very well, but it's supposed to be hooking into that metal bracket right there. And I guess there's no cotter pin on it, and it's just shimmying itself out, which would be really bad. I mean, that would fall off and potentially hit a car, and that could definitely kill somebody. So got some duct tape. I'm gonna shimmy my way up here and try to push that back into its home, and then try to duct tape that all together so it doesn't move. Wish me luck. Okay, so there it is on the ground. I attempted to climb up there, and it's really slippery and not very fun. So I just grabbed this and it slid right out, and looking at it, there are no holes, so this should have been removed and transport, or maybe it should have been pushed in farther to lock in, but I don't know. Was not locked in, safe for transport, so I'm glad I noticed that. Then I found this. I'm gonna give it one more good look over. Everything else was like zip tied, all the wires, or everything looked good, tied up. Did not notice this at all. I mean, until it vibrated loose, and then it's like, oh, that's not good. Guys, I can't make this up. There's a girl on a skateboard on the highway surfing down the road. Like, what the heck? I don't even want to pass her. I don't want to kill her. What if she crashes? I've never seen anything like this. This is wild. Well, you guys don't see a lot of this from me, but it is almost 5 a.m. so just hitting the road about an hour before the sun comes up. The customer was wanting this delivered at 6:30 in the morning. I mean, the sun comes up at 6:30 in the morning, so I'm planning to be there at 7. But I've also taken this route before, so it's not completely new to me. So yeah, wouldn't recommend driving at night on routes that you've never been on before, because, you know, there's all kinds of obstacles and things in the road and whatnot that it's hard to see at night. You can see a lot better during the day, but this is just going over a mountain pass, and
continue straight.
Nothing crazy that I recall, so it should be a good trip. Sorry guys, before we leave, we did 566 miles, averaged 8.8 miles per gallon. It was $1,300, so that is $2.29. It's not the greatest. It was definitely the best paying load out of Boise, Idaho, and it takes me home. All right, well, we are at the delivery location, and this place is huge. Cranes and stuff, huge facility. But I believe I'm the last one. I saw the other HotShot that I was with leaving when I pulled up, so made good time, got here, nobody was mad or irritated, all worked out perfectly. And so now it's about 8 o'clock Friday. Today's the 1st, so I am going to head home because Labor Day is Monday that they're celebrating it on, and no one's going to be working, no one's going to be taking product, so might as well just sit back and enjoy my weekend, because I am a laborer. I deserve to have this day. So do you. I hope you have a great Labor Day. We'll see you next week.